Hello, welcome to the Dawn of Everything. I'm Don Solomon, and this is the Dawn News. Today we'll be reporting on a VGC source that says that the new unannounced Nintendo system will be coming late 2024. Now, I got many thoughts on this. I'm thinking that it will probably come out the Christmas season, about November, December. And I think Nintendo's really hoping for their children, the children, to ask their parents or grandparents for this console. And I gotta say that I honestly support this decision with what they're doing here, because in 2020, getting your hands on a PS5 or an Xbox was nearly impossible. Like, you had your grandmother, your mother, your father, your friend, your uncle, and your cousin all sit on the computer, go to Walmart, and refresh and be like, I gotta get the console. But so I'm glad that they're making a stockpile. But I do have some concerns. This IGN article reports that the new console, when used in portable mode, will have an LCD screen instead of the OLED that it has now. I think this is super dumb. I take my Switch outside a lot, and LCDs do not work in the sun. Sure, you can barely see them, but honestly, an OLED is so much better, brighter. It's not even in the same class, right? When I buy TVs, I buy OLED. This mostly for the pure blacks, right? OLED TVs, the blacks turn off, right? The pixels turn off, and it's a pure black. Now, they say it keeps costs down. That's probably true. I think that this console, if I go over here, they talk about CPU and GPU. I think this console will probably be like a PS4, if not a PS4 Pro running in 1080p 60 or 2K 30, maybe 4K with check reporting. But I don't have too many high hopes for it to run any more than 4 gigahertz GPU clock speed, because I think it will still have an NVIDIA GPU as well as a well enough CPU to have the speeds, but I'm not too hopeful on that. And it will definitely work for Nintendo's games, but I don't believe that third parties will be too excited about it, because I think it's probably going to be like an Xbox Series S, right? And you already hear complaints about developers having a hard time programming for the Series S. In fact, I actually, a little stories, I actually had an instance where I was working on something for the Series X, and I had to make it for the Series S as well. And it was not the best scenario. What you can really do is lower graphics, and I say graphics, but I mean resolution. And then it kind of works about the same way, honestly. But it's still tough to deal with that. But if Nintendo joins in at that lower mark, maybe it'll push developers like myself to give more focus to the lower. You always hear that developers build for the lowest common denominator, which is true. But for this console generation, honestly, focusing on the PS5 in the Series X and then building ports for the Switch, and then the Series S is just downplaying it is what I would I personally do. But that's just how I do it, in my opinion. Now, I'm not the most frequent developer, but I do help on some projects, so that's what I do. There's a few other things I want to talk about here, though. Let me get back into this leak. I got a little off topic. Backwards compatibility. I almost guarantee that it will have backwards compatibility, especially because it says it will have a cartridge slots for physical games. This is a great move by Nintendo. If they do the PS4 Pro type of thing where it runs at better frame rates, most Switch games run at sub full HD, which is just unacceptable nowadays, and at 24 FPS. And unless you're running at 8K 24 FPS or 4K ray tracing, 24 FPS is never acceptable in this day and age. In fact, I don't even think 30 FPS is acceptable. Whenever I do anything, I always focus on 60 FPS at all costs. In fact, I turn all my settings down to get a full 60. I do like 4K in my games, but if I have to lower the resolution to 2K with DLSS or checkerboarding, I will. I want to go to this BGR article because they actually bring up some here. 64 gigabytes of storage on the current Switch's SSD. I'm not SSD, internal storage. Micro SD cards are fine. I personally wouldn't use them. But I want to say right now that we'll probably have an SSD in this new console coming out. Because if we don't, it'll just look bad. You know, you got the Xbox and you got the PlayStation 5. You even got the Series S, all using SSDs, digital storage. Hard drives suck. Hard drives are terrible, right? And I don't think Nintendo would even take the chance of not using an SSD. And you'll probably be able to expand your SSD in it, but I'm going to assume they'll probably give you 250 gigs in your Switch Pro. But if that's not the case, I want to say that you'll probably get, and my idea is you'll probably get 200 and then maybe a 500 gig when you put it back in its dock. Because according to VGC here, it does have a LCD screen in portable mode, and it has a portable mode. So when it's docked for TV mode, it'll probably add some more storage that you can move stuff to. Because external storage is very popular nowadays. But that's about all I got to say on this leak. But I do want to go over a couple more things here in this video. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, go ahead and dislike the video, because I think your feedback is actually super important. And if I get a bunch of dislikes on this video, I will work on something to make it better. I will change up some ways and actually take your opinions into account. Now, on my left, you'll see the poll. That is my most recent YouTube poll. It says that we're playing Final Fantasy 16 for my 24-hour stream, which will be August 2nd over on my Twitch channel. So if you have some spare time throughout the entire day for the first stream, I'll be streaming 24 hours, so go ahead and join me August 2nd. And I will stream weeknights from 6 to 11, sometimes 6 to 10, but probably 6 to 11 as well. Next to the poll is a comment of the day. And go ahead and leave a comment on this video. There's nothing there now, but if you leave a comment on this video, I do these Dawn News every single day, and I'll post the next comment, one chosen by myself, and discuss it as well as give my opinion on it. And if it's a question, I'll answer the question. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will definitely discuss it. Now, there's a box ahead of me. That's for future use. So just go ahead and ignore that for now. But I believe that's all I got to say. So I want to thank you all for watching. And, I'm just glad you could join my family for this little event. And I want to see you next time. Thank you.